Our first speaker is a true leader in South Florida, and I know this because it says so right in her bio. Marleine Bastien is a founding member of the Haitian American Grassroots Coalition, the Haitian Neighborhood Center, the Center for Haitian Studies, the Florida Immigrant Coalition, I'm not done, the Human Services Coalition, the Florida Immigrant Advocacy Center, Christie's House, and the Haitian American Historical Society. Who else is feeling they haven't done enough today? She's also been recognized with multiple awards, including the Miami Herald's 40 Special People to Watch in the New Millennium in 1999, Amnesty International's Human Rights Award in 2000. She was recognized as one of Ms. Magazine's Women of the Year in 2001, and the Leadership for a Changing World Award from the Ford Foundation in 2002. And then, in 2005, she was named as one of the 35 most remarkable women in the world by Essence magazine. Ms. Bastien is a graduate of Florida International University and holds a degree in social work, a master's degree in social work, is a licensed clinical social worker, and a trained paralegal. She currently serves as the founder, former president, and current executive director of Femmes ISN Non-Miami Incorporated, Haitian Women of Miami, which provides desperately needed services not only to Haitian women and their families, but the community at large. Founded in 1991, Femmes helps immigrant women and their families by offering a wide variety of resources and helping them adjust to the new social reality of the United States. Some of the programs offered by Femmes include family intervention and empowerment, immigration advocacy and citizenship services, and community economic development. Specifically, the Family Intervention and Empowerment Program offers a variety of services, including everything from health access and domestic violence intervention to summer camps and after-school programs. If it's not already clear, Ms. Bastien has dedicated herself to the betterment and benefit of others. She consistently stands tall in the face of challenges and is always seeking fairness for others in the common good of her community. Please help me welcome Ms. Marleine Bastien.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Come on, wake up. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Ça va? Yes, ça va. What a privilege to be here today amongst you. And I'd like to first start by thanking now for supporting me. For those of you who know, I ran for the 17th Congressional District last year, and I did receive the endorsement of the National Organization of Women. Let me tell you how proud and how humbled I felt. Because oftentimes we hear that women do not want to run for office because they feel that when they run, they do not get the support. And I was so blessed to have gotten the support of NOW. And I wish to thank my good friend here, his friends, Janet and her daughter, and Pat, and everybody here, Nancy, everybody who supported my campaign and who came and stood firm with me. NOW has always embraced me since I came to this country. I remember you've invited me in 2000 to speak at a World Conference on Poverty and Hunger. And I went back again with you to walk hand in hand, for women's rights to choose. So I feel really blessed to have your support. I also feel very proud to be here to partake in this conference. I'm not used to this, so I'm going to be taking it on and off. Suddenly, guys, I can't read. I can't read out of these glasses. So these are new, brand new. And I'm not seeing that well with them either, so bear with me. So, to be here on a Friday afternoon and to have a room full of dedicated people. I remember someone asked earlier, will there be people in the room at this time? Aren't we pleased? I mean, on a Friday afternoon, this is the first I've seen like that. I've never seen a plenary session on a Friday afternoon with almost full room packed with people. So thank you so much. I'm really proud of that. I was asked to talk to you about our work for the past few years. As you can hear from my accent, I was born in Haiti. My native languages are French and Creole. And I remember when I first arrived, my first job was to work with lawyers at the Haitian Refugee Center. So as part of my job, I went and visited the detention center, and some of you who are from Miami know about it, the Cove Detention Center. And what I saw there changed my life forever. When I went to Cove Detention Center, I saw women, men, teenagers, pregnant women held sometimes in isolation, not because they committed any serious crimes, but because they could not answer a question fast enough because they didn't speak the language. The women suffered most. As usual, in times of crisis, in times of war, in times of political upheavals, women and children suffer most. And when I was there, I was so taken, so touched by not only by the women who were there, just like they were there, but by what they were trying to do to make life comfortable for the people at the center. And I said to myself, well, then something has got to be done. I was a just come, as I'm sure there are many immigrants in this room. A just come means someone who just arrived. I had just arrived. And I said, something has got to be done. And that's how FUM, Haitian Women of Miami, was organized. And I can tell you, my friends, this created a big hoopla in Miami. I mean, we're talking about immigrant women from Haiti, a society that is very machist. And I remember a few months after I organized FUM, the police was called at the home in Little Haiti. Our office is in Little Haiti, because a man was beating on his wife. He was in a home and he refused to come out. And we had started to do education, because not only we do provide services at FUM, we also do a lot of outreach and education, and also community organizing. So the woman probably heard us on the radio talking about her rights as a human being, as an adult, as a citizen. No one should beat her. She doesn't deserve to be beaten. And she has a right to call the cops, and she called the cops. And it was like so strange, so foreign. So the men refused to go out. So more cops came, as usual. And then finally, when he looked to the window and saw so many police cars outside, he finally decided to come out. I said, what business do you have here? He asked. Well, we're here because we heard that there was some type of domestic disturbance, and we're here to find out what's going on. And the man looked puzzled, and he said, all of you here came out because I'm beating on my wife? He couldn't believe it. So you understand, when FUM was created, FUM is a Creole word for women. You know, we were not well received. The campaign started immediately that we were going to break the Haitian family. We wanted Haitian women to wear the pants in the family, that we were a bunch of lesbians, or trying to destroy the community and stuff like that. You know, things that you've heard before. So, of course, fast forward 20 years now, they realized that FUM was not about breaking the Haitian family. FUM was not about destroying the Haitian family. FUM was about building and strengthening families. Because when we invest and when we strengthen women, the entire family benefits, not the next day, not the next month, the entire family benefits instantly. So, at FUM, we do not only provide services, because we refuse to do that, we also organize our clients to be their own voices. We organize, and as some of you heard around the campaign, when I went around the district to speak, we organized around affordable housing. Not only that we do provide the service, but we also organize our clients so that they can go in front of the county. They go in front of the county and to advocate for themselves. I remember one time, FUM took out 200 of our clients. We went and we slept at the county ground. We brought our children. The clients brought their children to sleep there, to show them that affordable housing is not a privilege for a privileged few, it is a right. It is a right. So we decided that we would not be the spokespersons for these clients, that they could be their own spokesperson. So we do organize around affordable housing. We organize around health care. And the beautiful things about it during my campaign, I was not talking about some far-fetched ideas. I was actually talking about things that we do on a daily basis. Because in Florida, as you know, over 500,000 people are without health insurance. Some of the people we see at FOM, at our center, do not even have identification. So one of the things we do, besides organizing them to make sure that they have access, but we pair them with medical loans. We make sure that even if they don't have health insurance, they don't have money, we tell them that they're not supposed, no one is supposed to die. No human being is supposed to die because of lack of access, because of lack of money, because of lack of insurance. Because healthcare is a right. We are the most powerful nation on this earth, so we are told, and yet one of only 3 nations that does not have a national health care program. That is unacceptable. And no, I'm not campaigning, and no, I'm not running for office. This is the work that we do days in and days out at the agency. Affordable housing, access to health care, making sure that every right is respected, that women's rights are human rights, and then that we need to be respectful of all of our rights, and then we need to organize and stand up for all of our rights. And that is how even the organization is called FOM, and we do provide an array of services, as you can see. There is a list there for you. I was only given 10 minutes, so we can go through all of them. But what I can tell you is that, and it is not for me, by the way, what I can tell you is that our clients, they are willing, they are ready, they are able, and they want to stand up. They want to be involved. They don't trust our leaders, especially coming from South Florida, coming from Miami-Dade County. They don't trust our leaders, because the reason why they don't trust our leaders, because our leaders do compromise. When it is time for them to stand up, for example, to fight for a single payer, to fight for our rights, to fight for the ratification of the ERA, to fight for SEDA, to fight for more money for domestic violence, to fight for more money for women's health, they buckle and they compromise. And that is why at FOM, we do not only provide services, we also organize people. And I'm going to say 2 things before wrapping up. I'm very encouraged by what I see in Florida nowadays. I don't know if you've read how the Florida legislature was trying to implement, to have an Arizona-style law passed. And guess what? FOM, in coordination with YAC and all the organizations you heard that I work with, we traveled to Tallahassee for 60 days. We were there in their face every single day. Every single day. To say, no, we are the most powerful nation in the world, in this hemisphere, because of immigrants from all over the world. That is why we have 19 million undocumented, and they are not illegal because no human being is illegal. They are undocumented. Two quick things. When we were getting ready to go to China, what year was that? When the World Conference was held in China? 1995, getting old. One of the resolutions was that we as a nation, we need to take responsibility of creating conditions in immigrants' homeland that force them to come here. It's not easy and simple to say, we don't want them here. But we also need to ask, why are they here? What responsibility did we have in creating conditions, exporting work from the USA to Mexico, to Haiti, to Guatemala, to Nicaragua, to Bolivia, destroying their environment, destroying the local markets. And when these peasants, when these women and children, their entire families cannot make it, they come here. So we need to take responsibility for that. And this is an issue that I think that we can be more involved with. I watched the immigrants who went to Tallahassee for 60 days every day. I was there in the bus with them. I was so humbled. I was so humbled and encouraged by their passion, their courage, their determination, their lack of fear. Because remember, most of them, they don't have any papers, and yet they board the buses every day to go to Tallahassee to be in their face. We can work with these people. We can work with them to move our agenda. To move our agenda for equal pay, for equity for women. We can work with them to move our agenda to preserve Medicare, to preserve Medicaid. We can work with them to move our agenda for their rights, for women's rights. We can work with them to work to protect our elderly, because it is unacceptable that in our nation the elderly have to decide whether to pay rent or to buy medication. And we are the most powerful nation in the world. We can work with the immigrants. This experience of the last 60 days, when we defeated these ill-conceived laws, made me realize that this organization, and many women's rights and human rights organizations, we need to take more advantage of this great resource, this viable, this dynamic resource, and I don't feel that we do it. So let's do that. Let's open our arms, open our hearts to the immigrants, and let's organize with them to move our agenda forward. And then the last thing, I said two, I was the one, sorry. The last thing, we are living in difficult times, my friends. We are living in very difficult times. And being in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. We have people who've worked all their lives to buy their homes, and then they're losing it. And then the thing that irks me most is the fact that all this money, millions of dollars, were given to banks. The same banks that created the problems, the same banks got the money. But worst of all, they got the money, they're still not helping the people. They're still not helping the people. This is what we're doing now at FUN, besides all the things that you can do, and I have some packets for you. And those of you who would like to visit and see how you could get engaged in this immigrant work and other works, all right, you can contact us. They are hoarding the money. Instead of spending it, they are hoarding it. They are not spending it. So what we're doing now, we organize families to move into these homes. They try to move you out of your home. You don't move, you don't budge. Because housing is a right. It's the most basic right of all. If you don't have a place to stay, what do you have? If you do not have a place to stay, what do you have? So, what can we do as an organization to make sure that feminism moves forward and continue to grow? I remember my mother. My mother doesn't know how to read and write. In my village, the women in the market, we live right across the market. From dawn to fall, to nightfall, the women work. And when the village council meets, the women are not invited. So my mom, who doesn't know how to read and write, but who's a feminist at heart, she says, why aren't you invited? My mom said, they are plotting, because they are plotting. And they think they can plot without us, but we are smarter. We are smarter. This is for the woman who doesn't know how to read and write. Okay? So this is to tell you that we have a wealth of resources. If we do not move forward, they will take us back. More women are graduating from college, but guess what? They are ready to take us back. They are getting ready. They don't want us to move forward. We need to elect the next woman president. We need to regroup, reorganize, re-energize, and rebuild our movement. We need to be on the street, we need to be on their face, we need to be on the Capitol, we need to be in Tallahassee, we need to be in Washington, and we need to keep Obama's feet on the fire. Because too many compromises. He's making too many compromises, and we're giving him too many passes. We're gonna help him, but he needs to deserve our help. He needs to deserve our support. He needs to support our issues. He needs to do more to ratify the ERA. He needs to do more to ratify CETA. We can do it. And then lastly, my Lord, I have to go. Lastly, we need to make sure that more and more women, just like the council person said, the councilwoman said earlier, to support women. Let them know, just like you supported me, that you will be there for them. And then that you will support them every step of the way. Because it is unacceptable that we make up over 50% of the population and then we are not represented. That is unacceptable. I thank you. What you can do, the last page, what you can do, last one. Challenges, yeah, challenges. And what you can do, the next page is what you can do to assist from. Our specialty is in organizing. So, we need the help. We need you to come in and help us. If you're a phone developer, we have issues that we're working on. If you want to be involved, if you want to do research for us, whatever you can do, I will humbly accept it. And I thank you for having me tonight.